The gifted ones.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Cubana Kiss, and welcome to episode 7 of the Woo Child Chronicles podcast. And today, I have the pleasure of having with me Tomas and Kam, the founders of Creators Clothing. What's up, guys?
Thank you for having us. Thank you. It's an honor to finally be on my favorite podcast.
I appreciate you having us.
Yes, I'm so excited to have y'all on. So y'all are the founders of Creators Clothing, but what is Creators Clothing? What is it altogether?
So, Creators Clothing is a Southside Chicago-based clothing line, and our mission is that we are on the mission to shift the culture. And you can go ahead and touch on it if you want to, Tomas.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much our mission. We're a brand. We're a family. We're a crew. We're trendsetters. We're a clothing brand. We're focused on making sure our dreams come true through our art, and we want people to believe in our dream and to support our product.
So, what is the dream? Because it looked like, on the website, it looked like you all went and did a complete rebrand. I kind of noticed it's a little different than last week when I went on there. So what is the goal and the vision for Creators Clothing?
We're just trying to reach as many people as we can. Mm-hmm. We want to have relatable content, relatable clothing, something that matches our demographic. Since we are post-grad students and college students, we want to reach that demographic of the 18 to 25-year-olds. So something that can relate to them and something that they can see themselves wearing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, our brand pretty much goes through like a theme change. I want to say a rebrand all the time, but we go through a theme change a lot, trying to focus on some things that we've been inspired by or something that we see that needs to be touched on within society. So we just go through those type of things pretty often. And that's reflected within our clothing, our website, or our social media handles, all of
that. Okay. So I noticed on your about section of the website, you guys list these things that your brand doesn't represent. And the things are, your brand is not anti-police, insensitive to racial issues or biased. However, you are against those things. So what does that actually mean?
I remember we posted that was actually a reflection of our first design, because our first design ever for our brand when we were DUI was the Hands Up tee. Okay. And it was a t-shirt, just reflecting the current issues of police brutality and just everything that was targeting Black people in general. Mm-hmm. So we don't necessarily want to basically pass off our political views or social justice views onto our customers, but we just want to make it clear what we believe in, and therefore they can choose or choose not to support based off those convictions. We didn't want to necessarily associate the brand with your view. Yeah, exactly, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I want to actually touch on that a little bit, if you don't mind. But what I was gonna say is I don't even view it as political. It's more like basic human rights and human right needs, and everyone has a voice, and however you decide to project that voice, that's how you decide to. So we want to use our platform to project it towards these human rights and how we view them.
Yeah. With everything that's recently going on with George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, countless others who names, we can just continue to go on throughout the list. How is your brand dealing with everything that's going on? You guys are 2 Black men in America. So how are you incorporating that with your brand?
I'll start off by saying we're just staying informed, doing our research, looking into what's going on in today's society. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Tomas. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're all good. I was about to say, I do know that we've both made our somewhat of a public statements as individuals. You know, Cameron made it a point to point out that you know, with the rioting and looting going on, to make sure that we stay away from Black-owned businesses. And I've made it a point of myself to speak on social issues regarding Black people and Black men. And actually, Cubana, you was on my IG live video when I was talking about you know, sexual assault on Black women and whatnot. So those we just, like Cam said, we stay informed. We make sure we speak on certain issues, and certain times we also let that be known within our clothing. So I don't want to give away anything, but we may or may not use, we're not use, but like respond somewhat to this crisis with clothing or not. We haven't decided yet, but just know we're always informed. We're always, you know, for the people, for the right cause.
Mm-hmm. So you said you stay away from Black businesses. What do you mean? What do you mean you stay away from?
No. I was saying, like, he was talking about, you know, with the rioting and the looting going on.
Oh, okay.
He was saying, do not destroy Black businesses. Stay away from looting and destroying Black businesses.
Okay. So I have a follow-up question on that. Like, everybody that's on the show, that's a guest on the show, it's always Black business. I'm very supportive of Black business. I feel like if I can spend my money with people that look like me, that's who I'm gonna give my money to. And that's just something that I stand by. So with that being said, what I've noticed is I heard a lot of that, right? Like, we should stay away from looting and burning down Black businesses. But what constitutes them as a Black business? Is it just the owner of the business, or do they own the building? Because I see that's a thing that people have been kind of debating on social media.
That is a good question.
Yeah, that's definitely a good question. I guess we were under the impression that the business owners, if they're Black and their staff is Black, we will hope that you are refrain from looting and rioting around that area for businesses that are designed to help the Black community.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I would say actually both, because I mean, at the end of the day, if the building owner is Black, then you're destroying their property, and that's something they have to pay for, and that's technically a business if you're renting out your property to somebody to use for whether that's merchandise, commerce, whatever, and then also the person that's selling the merchandise that's a Black owned or a Black business person. So I would say both. And like Cameron said, just destroying our own communities is going to give the reverse effect of what we want, because sometimes those businesses are essential and they have goods that people need for their daily life, daily life things.
So just to switch gears a little bit, how, with COVID and the pandemic, and now we have a racial pandemic, we've always had a racial pandemic, but now it's just more in the forefront, more in the limelight. How did COVID affect you all's business per se? Did it affect your guys' business?
Yeah, in a way, it kind of pushed back production for us, but it also gave me and Cam free time to, sit back, recollect ourselves. It gave me time to personally work with Cameron on getting some sewing tips and whatnot. And it also allowed us time to work on our personal collections and other designs, and save money. So, I mean, though it like shut down a couple of like businesses we needed, like printing businesses and whatnot, to actually produce things, I feel like coming out of this, we will be prepared to produce high quality items.
Yeah, it was definitely a minor setback due to shipping delays and trying to keep our social distance. But once this is over, we will be ready. We'll be prepared to market towards our target audience and the rest of our consumers. So
with Chicago in itself, because you all are a Chicago-based brand, so shout out to Chi-Town. But with the world slowly opening up, especially Chicago, because Auntie Lori ain't playing with us.
She's not.
She really not. She like, who going outside? Not us. But with that being said, what is the goal for you all once the world opens back up? Like, what can we expect from Creators Clothing?
We just want to keep reaching our following, and we want to stay aware. We want to stay communicating with our fan base and our supporters, let them know that we're here for them, and we just want to let the Black community know that we stand behind them.
Okay.
I would say also more versatile clothing. Like I said, Cam's teaching me how to cut and sew right now. So, I mean, that's only going to allow us to be make our clothing a little bit more unique. We're trying new things. I'm not going to get into too much on what exactly we're trying, but we're trying a lot of new things. We're thinking outside the box in terms of the things we produce and the skill set we have. So I would say just be prepared for something different. And we're also known for that. We're also always coming up with something new and different that probably other people aren't thinking about, and always challenging and pushing ourselves.
Okay. So you said Cam is teaching you how to sew and cut. So like, what is the role of each one of you within the business?
Ooh, that is a good question. I feel like we get asked that a lot, but it always changes. Go ahead. I'll let Cam answer.
So,
Cameron.
I would say that we both do have creative control, but what I would say my responsibility is the creative direction in which the brand goes, and Tomas's strong suit would be his advertising towards the brand, how he decides to market and who he decides to market to, because he has a larger following than myself, and we both just have our strong suits, and we know what benefits us and what benefits the brand in the long run. But like I said, we both do have creative control, so no one oversees the other.
Okay. I think this is so dope. I actually love interviewing the founders of clothing companies because I am not creative in that way, right? Like, I'm a media person. I can interview, I can talk all day long. But when it comes to drawing and cutting and sewing, those aren't my strong suits, right? I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, child. But how are you guys getting this inspiration? Obviously, it's coming from the outside, being Black men in America, understanding what's going on, staying informed in front of that stuff. But what else is going on? How else are you getting that inspiration to create such dope clothing?
All the time when I'm designing, I reflect on my childhood and what appeals to me, what made me happy, what made me excited as a child, and then also sports. Before fashion, it was sports for me. That was my main passion, and I try to combine the two. So that's the inspiration that I find when I'm designing clothes.
Cam's also a big adventurer. Like, Cam made me come. Well, he didn't actually make me. I came to Cam's house a couple weeks ago, probably at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, trying to work on designs. This man made me hop in the car saying, "We about to go to the grocery store real quick," and he lied to me. He made me go on a drive to the end of Lakeshore Drive and all the way back to his house. And he was like, "Yeah, man, just some fresh air. Look at the lake, man. See if you find something." And that's not something I typically do to be inspired, but that's something I noticed about Cam. He likes to actually go out and find inspiration, whereas I wait until inspiration finds me, if that makes sense. I'm pretty much a big thinker. Like, I'll sit and think to find inspiration, or just look at something on the TV or on the internet or something like that. Or it can literally just be found at my work desk or something like that, or I can be talking to you or somebody else that I'm close with that will give me some inspiration from something. So that's where mine come from. I let it find me, whereas Cam finds it.
That's dope. I love that it's two totally different ways of finding, that inspiration to create so many of your pieces. So when is the new line dropping? Because I keep hearing I can't talk on this, I can't talk on that. When is the new stuff dropping?
That is a good question. That is a good question. So we're in the works for something. I'll say just think melanin. Actually, that kind of talks to both designs. But okay, well, for one, just think about summertime, and then the other one surrounding current issues. We have the design for one, pretty much. We just need to be able to print it and do whatever we're going to do to the shirts. And then the other one, we're working on a design actually tonight and probably finalizing it tonight after we sew these shirts together. So what month is it? June? I don't know. I would say one might come out quicker than the other. Yeah, I'm gonna say a couple weeks. And that's the thing when it comes to fashion, like trends are always changing, and like fashion is so quick when it comes to like the designs that are in and out. So we definitely need to be able to push these designs as soon as
But I will
possible.
say
But
that
we also want to make it quality as much quality as possible.
Yeah.
we're not trying to follow trends. We're trying to trailblaze these trends. We're doing what we see heading into the future. So
Okay.
and sometimes that takes time. So that takes time to develop these thoughts and these ideas and bring them into fruition. So it just takes a little bit of time, but it was a couple of weeks. We'll should be dropping something.
Cool. So if people want to order things, or if they just want to, see what's coming, how can they do that? How can they keep in contact with you guys?
So we both have personal Instagrams and Twitter, as long as the brand page, and we have a domain. But sometimes people don't want to wait for the shipping, so they'll get in contact with us directly, and we don't want to miss any opportunities. So if you need us to meet up with you, anything like that.
As a listener, how can I reach you? Give me the Twitter handles. Give me everything.
So for Twitter, my Instagram and Twitter is the same as Creators the Crew. For Twitter, our handle is Creator Chicago, and on Instagram, our handle is Creators_Clothing.
Okay. And then if they want to reach directly out to Cam, the quiet spoken one, how do we reach just you?
Creators the Crew. My handle's the same for Instagram and Twitter. So just follow me, hit me in the DMs. I'll respond promptly.
Okay. Tomas.
Yeah,
slide in their DMs. So now you're going to have all kinds of people in his DM. Sure.
I'm weak. My Twitter is sneaker__fiend, and then my Instagram is no__mas.
Okay.
So it's pretty much my name, but with NO instead of TO.
Okay. So I really appreciate you guys coming on. Like I said, I love interviewing Black-owned businesses, and I love interviewing Chicago-based businesses. I'm Chi-Town all day long. And like I said earlier, I support Black businesses the best way I can. And why not use my platform to give y'all a platform? So
we appreciate that.
Of course. That. So y'all stay tuned in, and I'll be right back.
Woo child. Quarantine's still going on, honey. And guess what? Those kids still getting on your nerves, child. So why not take yourself on over to funcubed.com and order you and those kids a fun yet educational activity to do while you're still in quarantine. Listen, I understand. The world is slowly opening back up, but it's not all the way open yet. And those kids still need to learn stuff through the summer and still need to keep busy. So go ahead, go to funcubed.com and tell them Cubana sent you.
Hey, welcome back. Listen, shout out to Creators Clothing for coming through and giving us a little bit of what Creators Clothing is and what it represents. Make sure y'all check them out. Purchase some, cop some, hook them up. All right? But of course, y'all already know what time it is. It's time for Hot Topics. B Simone in these streets pissing people the fuck off. And I don't know why. Okay? Let's start with this. B Simone went on a live. And she's on Instagram, and she pretty much stated that she does not want to date a man with a 9 to 5. She doesn't. She wants to date a man that's an entrepreneur like her. Listen, Black Twitter child. Black Twitter told her a lot. Listen, here go the video. Listen to the video.
Baby girl, baby boy, everything in my life, I have manifested it. These edges, they were gone as fuck, manifested them back, okay? This waist. It's getting there. I'm still hungry. I'm not eating. I'm eating air, but I'm manifesting. I believe one day it'll be little. I do. Everything I have, my dream career, I manifested it. I'm trying to manifest a husband. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. I get it. They work hard. I used to have a 9 to 5. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. You work hard. You have money. I get it. I need an entrepreneur. I need somebody that understands my mindset. Somebody that has the same lifestyle. It has nothing to do with money, everything to do with lifestyle, okay? When I'm in the bed at 3 a.m. checking emails, what you doing, babe? Working. What you doing? Working. Okay, love you. You want to hop on a flight tomorrow? I have a meeting in out of town. You want to go? Okay, let's go. Okay, you understand my life. You understand what I'm going through. I want to manifest that. What are you?
Good job. Listen, I personally don't see anything wrong with what B. Simone had to say. Now, if you don't know who B. Simone is, B. Simone started off as like an Instagram comedian. You know, we had a bunch of them come out around the same time. She was one of them. But she's dope. And by entrepreneur, I mean entrepreneur. The bitch ain't just funny, okay? She got lip gloss. She got books. She got all kinds of shit going on. She's a millionaire. She made herself a millionaire with her entrepreneurship. And it became an issue because men are definitely throwing themselves at her. She's been very open about being abstinent, all this other things. So she just has these things going on. People are tearing her alive because they're like, you women don't know what you want, and blah, blah, blah. We know what we want. She told you. If you work a 9 to 5, stay your ass away from B. Simone. She don't want you. She wants somebody who thinks like her, who understands like, oh shit, I gotta go. This is what's going on. This is my business. She doesn't want somebody who works for somebody. She wants somebody who works for themselves. Okay? So what y'all gonna do is y'all gonna back up off my girl. Okay? Y'all gonna back up off of her. Because she said what the fuck she said. That's it. That's all. Now, in other hot topics, child. In other hot topics. There was a huge situation with with the businesses in recent news, ensuring that they informed Black America that they were standing with us in solidarity. Amongst those businesses, child, the Democrats decided they was going to take a knee and have a moment of silence for George Floyd. Not an issue. We appreciate you coming in solidarity. However, in the picture that's circulating, these motherfuckers got on kente cloth. Who ordered the kente cloth and thought that shit was okay? Huh? Which one of you goddamn interns was like, yeah, I'll order it? Not one person. Not one of y'all didn't think this idea through. Nobody was like, this ain't a good idea. Nobody. Okay. See, this is the problem. You motherfuckers don't be knowing when to tell people that shit's not a good idea. It's okay to tell your boss that's not cool. We don't need to do that. It's okay. It is okay. I promise you. It's a way to say it. You know, don't say it like Cubana say it. Your ass ain't gonna have a fucking job, and Cubana can't help you pay. I can't help you pay not a goddamn thing. I'm gonna say what I can't do. I can't help you pay not a motherfucking bill. Okay, child? But I can tell you that it's okay to tell your boss, hey, hi, I don't think that this is a good idea. This may come off slightly offensive. You do realize that not all Black people wear kente cloth? That's it. That's all. Somebody should have said something, child. But nobody said a thing, honey. And now, this picture circulating with these motherfuckers looking like praise dancers waiting till the goddamn music come on. Listen, I just need y'all to do better. That is all. That's all. Just do better. Okay? Just do better. That's it. That's all we want you to do. But in other news, you know, like I said, other businesses and major corporations have been expressing how they are in solidarity with us as far as Black people. That's who I mean by us. And so with that, we have the major league sports, you know, the NBA, the NFL. Everybody's coming out saying how they agree we need to do better. Now, I have some issues with this. This is why. NFL, who the fuck you think you fooling, bruh? Okay? Kaepernick kneeled. This motherfucker kneeled because a veteran told him that not standing during the national anthem was very disrespectful. He would prefer if he at least kneeled. This is what a veteran of the United States military informed him. This is how he felt. If you kneel, it's less disrespectful. So then Kaepernick kneeled. And everybody lost their motherfucking mind. He is disrespecting the flag. He is disrespecting the United States. And I saw a meme, child, that said racism is so a part of the United States of America that when we protest racism, you assume we're protesting America. I'm going to say this much. Fuck America, okay? Listen, for y'all not to like a group of people so motherfucking bad, y'all shot to hell brought us over here to do y'all goddamn dirty work. Okay? We was fine where the fuck we were. You wanted us. We were good. But anyway, the NFL is now like, oh yeah, you know, we need to do better. Now all of these players are coming out like, oh, I'm going to kneel. Where was all this fucking support for Kaepernick? Also, NFL, are y'all gonna get this man a job? I'll wait. Also, NASCAR had a moment of silence for George Floyd, which, you know, I don't think anybody really expected, but it was appreciated. Then they went a step further, and on the 10th of June, it was stated that the Confederate flag is now banned at NASCAR races. I'm not sure exactly what that means for NASCAR, to be honest with you, because it's not like I see, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, make sure you hit me up. I don't see a lot of black people like watching NASCAR. I'm not saying they don't, but this just shows you the level of disrespect we've tolerated for so long. Like, shout out to NASCAR, I guess, for banning the Confederate flag, okay? Because that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing for them. And so, in closing, I'll say this much. The world is opening back up, child. The world is opening back up. Slowly but surely, the world is opening back up. I just want to remind everybody that COVID ain't went no motherfucking where. That bitch still here, okay? So, while we're protesting, while we're going out, having our fun, visiting restaurants that we missed oh so dearly, hopping back on planes and everything else, please make sure you're wearing your mask and take your hand sanitizer, child. Because they're going to try to blame the protesters on the increase of COVID, and that's not going to be the case. The increase is due to y'all opening this shit up and not really having no plan for real. Opening in phases don't mean shit. You opening in phases and then what? You still open. There's still people spreading this shit. So listen, okay, because we done had a lot of stuff go on and I can't even front. It's been a lot. It's been a lot for Black America. And I can't speak on all of America because, to be honest with you, I've only experienced being Black in America, okay? There's been a lot going on. We have George Floyd and Breonna Taylor were the straws that have broken Black America's back. We're done, okay? We're done attempting to make you realize that we matter. We are done attempting to make you realize that without us, this country can fold, okay? I feel as if Black America has made it their business to attempt to show you exactly why we matter, how we matter. We go to college, we get degrees, we buy property, we do not become statistics. I feel like we've done all of these things to show you the progress that we've made throughout life just for you, white America. And I don't mean to lump you all in, but I mean to lump you all in. For you, white America, to tell us that you don't matter. To tell us that he would not have been killed if he would not have been resisting. To tell us that our Black sons will eventually be weaponized due to the color of their skin. We are tired. Okay? I, a Black woman, lives in Chicago, Illinois. I have a Black son. Okay? We live in a time that I have to have a conversation with my 10-year-old about what it means to be Black. what it means to be pulled over and understanding his rights and understanding what that means for him and how that looks. He has friends of different races, different backgrounds, different ethnicities. And I have to explain to him that what your friend John and Bill and Bob may do, you cannot. You will not get away with those things, okay? So they will look at them as 10-year-old kids. You, my friend, are a 10-year-old black man in their eyes. It's difficult. It's frustrating. I don't know how to handle this. When I talk to him, it's scary because I feel like at 10, I was playing outside and learning how to double dutch. But my son is trying to understand why police officers are not always being held accountable for their actions. He doesn't understand why at 10, he has consequences for the wrong or the right that he may do, that they do not. He doesn't get it. It is a problem. So, as a black woman, I want black men to understand that I support you. I love you. I am here for you. Just know that if I'm walking down the street, if I am coming out of a store and I see that the police are harming you in the attempt to restrain you, just know that this black woman got you. Okay? I got you. I will not record you. I will help you. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that I know that I have a black son, and I would pray that if there ever came a chance or ever came a time that he was being restrained unlawfully, telling someone he cannot breathe and calling out for me, I would pray that one of you would stop the situation and help him. That's what I pray for. But I do want you guys to understand that as a black woman, this is difficult. This is difficult for me to stomach. I feel like we don't get far into the years where we don't have an instance where we are being killed and gunned down by by police officers. There's not a time in the year where we are not back in this moment, where we don't have another hashtag. We're tired. And so the only way for us to make you understand that we're tired was to burn this motherfucker down. And that's exactly what happened. Listen, all of us may not agree with burning it down, but just keep this in mind. You burned our shit first. We attempted to do exactly what you said. Have our own, work from the ground. Do what you need to do to be like us. We attempted to do that. You burned Tulsa down. You burned Rosewood down. You took what we created and made and you burned it. We have nothing to show for it. So while we're steady trying to catch up with you, you're steady with your knee on our neck. Constantly. Daily. We're getting degrees, like you said would help us. We're buying property because you said that we could. But even in buying property, even in getting degrees, you find a way to keep us down. That's a problem. So don't tell us to do one thing saying that it's going to help us when you know that it's not. You don't care. So to my black brothers and sisters, I say this. I support you in your black businesses. I support you in all your endeavors. If you don't want to go to school, goddamn it, don't. If you want to own a company, do that shit. Do it based on how you want to do it. Do not try to fit in the white man's box because that box ain't for us. Period. And that's just all I'm going to say on that. I feel that we all had a tough week, a tough couple weeks, trying to make sense of everything that's going on and trying to ensure that we as black people stick together without making it seem as if we don't understand either. I get it. Believe and trust I do. We gonna be okay. We need to support each other. Fuck them. That's just how I look at that. Listen, I'm just tired of the world this week. Actually just done with it. But make sure you hit your girl up, Cubana Kiss, on everything. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button and you hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, honey, so you don't miss any podcast, okay? If you listen to this on your favorite podcast hosting site, make sure you follow your girl, Cubana Kiss, on everything. Cubana Kiss on Facebook, Cubana Kiss on Twitter, Cubana Kiss on Instagram. I'm there. You can find me. I'll be waiting on you, child. Until then, TTYL. Mwah.